Good afternoon. After a long and windy road down here, I am at Wombeyan Caves, and I haven't been here since I was a brownie in primary school. All I remember is getting a token and you had to use it to get into the caves, and I was just laughing with one of the rangers going, do they still have the tokens? And she said, we sure do, and they've just given me one so that tomorrow I can go and look through the cave. It's open from 9 till 3:30 and it's just 4 o'clock. I've been here for a little bit, but it's actually been raining and it's just cleared and all the roos are starting to come out now. Now on the website it looked like this place was packed and that quite a few of the campsites had been booked, but in fact they've had some damage from a cyclone and they've actually booked out, blocked off sites that need some recovery or tree work in it. So for us there's 1, 2, 3 campers and that's it for this whole bit. It's pretty nice. I'm going to go for a walk a little bit later because there are some wombat holes around, so I'm hoping to find some wombat. There's certainly plenty of kangaroos and I'm looking forward to going through the caves. The only problem is because I'm on my own, they only do cave tours with 3 people or more. So I've got to cross my fingers for the next few days that some other people come to do cave tours. Otherwise, they said they didn't run any today. There was no one down here, but it has been overcast and blowy and rainy. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, very beautiful area down here. Well, at first I thought that the kitchen was closed because it's got fencing around it, but then I realised it doesn't include the door. I've just let myself in. Look at this, there's toaster, cooking bits, microwave. That must be a fridge. Definitely is a fridge all the way along there. Then the oven. That's pretty nice. And then if you want to sit down and eat, I guess you go in this next room. Oh wow. Look at this. Imagine in winter in here and there's a big fire. How nice is that? I wonder how often they light fires. It's a pretty cool communal area. Not a soul using it. Every time I get to this point the rain comes, and look at it coming in now, but at 4 o'clock they lock the gate, so I assume that's you're not allowed to go down to the caves or anything. But it's really pouring now. I'm going to have to rush back again. I'm so sick of walking back to the van every time. Oh, it's so heavy, I'm just going to stay here for a minute. Look at that. You can just see the sun trying to get through. And the roos don't care and the ducks are loving it. Good morning. I'm here at Wombeyan Caves. This is the day use area, and look, there's no one here. Said I'll be about the only one in the campground tonight, which is lovely. They don't have any other bookings. I'm wishing that I bought my big camera because the wildlife down here past the lock gates is just amazing, and I'll have to come down tomorrow night. There's birds everywhere. There's smaller little roos, and they're just so cute. I'm just walking down here to the Victorian Arch Walk. Now, she's warned me that it's closed. They had a lot of damage. They had a cyclone come through and they've been working really hard. So they were closed for a long time. They opened. They were only open for a few months. The cyclone came through and they had to reclose. And now they've put it all back together. So that building is actually new, and that's the ranger station. It says it's a cafe, but the cafe is actually just 2 vending machines. There's a wombat hole and it looks pretty fresh. And just look at this. Wow. That's huge. Now, as I said, I know I can't go all the way along here. They've warned me that it's closed. Do not stop at a cave entrance. So I'm way back from the cave entrance, but look at that. Wow. Beautiful little stream, and it's actually going into the caves. Oh my gosh. The light looks so good. How cool is that? So normally the self-guided tour you would come out through here, but obviously not at the moment. I'll just say, oh. Wow, this is pretty cool, even just to see this bit. It looks like they've newly laid concrete, so they are trying to make it. It's just beautiful. Wow, like wherever you see, there's just interesting patterns. Even this is amazing. You don't have to pay to get into this bit. So the 2 cave tours cost me $30, I think. Well, to get to the cave tours and the walking track, to go up the hill, you've got to go over this bridge. So we've got the lookout, the cave tour and the fig tree cave. Gosh, and this has been overtaken, look. Some sort of antenna structure. And look at that, you can't even tell up the top what it is. But just a little bit of the steel structure is left down the bottom. What do you know? this is where you meet the tours. I think I'm going down there this afternoon. That will be good. So the sign says it takes 15 minutes to walk up. It's just under 10 for me, but it is relatively steep. Well, I've just taken the turn off to go to the Fig Tree Cave. It's a self-guided cave. I have my precious token, which is what I remember from being here when I was younger. We all got tokens from the office and they tied them in our hankies so we wouldn't lose them until we got to the cave entrance. Half the cave walk is actually closed. So where I was this morning, looking at Victoria Arch, that's usually the end of the walk. The other one goes to Junction Cave, which is closed. Well, here we go. I still find this all pretty amazing. Fig Tree, token operated between 9 and 3:30. Put your token in. Wow. Alright, here we go. Took me a bit of, I must have missed the sensor. Wow, how pretty is that?
Large broken stalactites you see here grew for tens of thousands of years. Above you can see where it fell from. Regrowth has commenced in the form of straw stalactites. They are actively growing, and their length suggests the stalactite broke off recently, possibly within the last few hundred years.
Wow, I'm just coming back from the cave tour, and I only have the GoPro and my old camera with me. And look who I ran into, Mr. and Mrs. eating and not giving a care in the world that I'm stopped. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Of course, Mr. is up there a little higher in the tree, as was always the way. But this one, just gorgeous. And no fear whatsoever. Just more interested in eating the bits off the tree. I'm so lucky to have just seen them like that, because the battery is on red saying it's about to die, and they just didn't care. I just got to spend so much time with them. Well, I'm settled for the afternoon. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I walked around the other fire pits where people had fires last night, and there was so much timber left that I've lit it all up, and I'm going to sit here at my campsite, have a packet of lollies because I love lollies, and enjoy the afternoon. It is still extremely gloomy. I've had a lovely day in the caves, and tomorrow hopefully it'll be nice enough I can do a bit of a walk. Good morning. Look at this. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've been woken by ducks, who I just opened the door and they all ran away, and so many roos. Hello, mister. So today my plan is to walk the little trail. So this morning I'm going to do the only walk available to me. The other walk, the bigger walk is closed due to the damage from the storms and other things. But I must be the first person walking up this trail this morning, and the little sparrows are just everywhere. There must be such great habitat in the cave system. They're just flying. Such a hard life, really. Like, all they do all day is look for something to catch and take back to the nest or eat. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. It's a much nicer day today, as in sunrise. Oh, I'm hearing a bit of water now, and look, coming a few more rock faces. Lots more stairs. Oh. I don't feel like I've been walking for an hour and a half. But look at that. Wow, look, those stairs come on down, and then you come to this rickety old thing. Obviously, it used to be the old pump house. Now I'm not going to go in because, well, it says danger, and I'm assuming because there's asbestos signs around this park that it could possibly be asbestos. Look at this. Oh my. Oh. And this seems to be the end of the trail. Oh, I wish I'd known. I would have bought my river shoes and swimmers. This water is cool, I won't lie. Because I've got jeans, I don't know how far I can go. Oh, I think I'm going to get wet. Look at this. Actually, I'm going to take my jeans off, hide the camera under the stairs, and go up. I don't want to fall over on these slippery rocks and say goodbye to something that I love so dearly, because I would not be replacing it right now. All right, let's do that. Well, I have actually taken off my clothes, but I'm not going to show you, obviously, because I thought, when else would I ever get like a place like this by myself? Look at them, they're everywhere. The little sparrows, they just come out of little pockets there. I would guess that this is the old cave entrance. And possibly if I was with someone else, because it looks like people, oh, excuse me, treading on the wrong rocks. Looks like people are scrambling up there, but I don't have a death wish. But I've taken my shirt and stuff off, so I can just see what's around this corner. Ooh. Oh, they're not keen on me coming up. Oh, it's killed. I'll just say it's over my waist now. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. I'm swimming and it's freezing, and I just want to see that rock and I can't stay in. Oh, my gosh, now I don't have the water cover for you guys. Oh, that is cold once you put your chest in. But look at that rock, it's covered with the birds stuff and it's amazing. But I can't swim. I can walk around, but once my chest is in, I'm finding it hard to breathe, obviously. That's as far as I can go. I can't physically swim up there one-handed. Whew. How lucky though to have this all to myself. When you're standing ankle deep, the water doesn't feel that cold, but by the time your chest goes in, it is pretty freezing. I mean, I have to say, like it's April now, so probably not much sun hits down here at all. Anyway, little sparrows are now reorganising themselves. I really threw them into a tiz. I'm just going to sit, dry off a bit and watch this. Got good vantage if anybody's coming down. I need to get dressed quickly. I've sat here for a few hours and it's been beautiful. I've got way too many bad photos of the sparrows flittering around. And then as the sun's come down, the silverides have come through. Silverides? I think that's their name, have come through, and as the sun comes down they're exploring and finding their food. It's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, when I was trying to find a path on the other side before, it just comes to this bit and then you would have to swim again. And I guess once upon a time you would somehow come maybe over there. I can't see how, but all the trees have come down there. They said they've had so much damage and like they would have been magnificent trees like these. It's an absolutely beautiful little spot. So glad I have had it to myself. I arrived here at just after 10 and it's now 12 o'clock and there's not been anybody and I've just got dressed. See, there's little nests everywhere for wildlife. But I have to walk back up there. And look at this hole. Like, this is what's amazing. You just see these things as you walk past this big rock face. And see all remnants of what must have used to have been a walk. Anyway, lucky me. So thrilled. I am back at the top where all the caves sort of fork off from. This afternoon I am waiting for a guided tour. So the Fig Tree Cave is the only self-guided tour and that was lovely to do. But I'm going to do the other one. It was 2 caves, one self-guided, one guided for $30. So I thought that was pretty fair. Do be warned if you're a solo traveller. When I arrived yesterday, I was the only one booked on the tour and they will only take the tours and do them if there's 3 or more people. So I'm lucky that 2 more people joined this morning. Otherwise, the second tour wouldn't have gone. I assume they'd give you your money back or a credit or something. It is sprinkling again. So really, it's the perfect day to spend underground and I'm looking forward to the tour. This cave is so different to the self-guided cave. It's well worth doing. When you first start it, you go down a very steep staircase. It's more like a ladder. And it was interesting to learn that they actually brought the forge down into the cave and made the staircases and ladders. And they're all heritage protected now. While they've had to upgrade some of them, many times you're walking on the original platforms or staircases that were installed, and it just adds a whole other thing to this beautiful cave. Walking through this bit, you just don't realise this is the actual height of the cave, and they've dug a trench so that people like me can come down here. It's just quite amazing. And all these little walls are growing. And then you got like everything's like in miniature. It's quite spectacular. And it's something I haven't done in a cave before. So I'm really enjoying it. I mean, look at this. We are literally like wedged in a cave. Stunning. Oh, and now the trench, if I can, is as high as me. That's how much they've had to dig in. And I still am seeing elephants when I look at the footage of some of the rock formations. I can see an elephant and candles. And the ranger, Jeff, was saying they'll never dig a trench like that through a cave again because it's changed the way that the cave behaves and grows, and it's not in the cave's best interest. But boy, it was a great way to see that part of the cave that otherwise no one would ever see. The only problem with this place, the facilities are amazing here. The caves are interesting. All of them are slightly different. The walk to the gorge was amazing. And when they open the bigger walk, when it's repaired, that'll be great again. But the only problem is that road up there. It really is only one way. And I don't want to have to reverse if somebody's coming at me, especially without a spotter to help me, etc. So my plan is the staff for the wildlife service have to be here by 9 o'clock. So I want to be packed up, and at 9:10, I actually plan to head up. And hopefully it'll be too early for anybody visiting the caves, but it'll be after all the staff have arrived, and it should minimise the amount of traffic, if any, that I have to meet climbing up that road. And that's my plan for today. I forgot about the corrugated bit, the unsealed bit. It's quite corrugated with quite a few potholes that are hard to miss. Anyway, that comes after the climb up, the narrow climb. The road widens and then it's quite corrugated. I could hear a bit of rattling, but there was nowhere to stop that was off to the side of the road. So I just went super slowly. As soon as I hit the sealed section, I could hear this tinny noise, and I thought, oh, one of the stabilizer legs must have dropped down. So I actually had to stop in the middle of the road because there was nowhere to pull over. It wasn't the stabilizer legs, but it was my jockey wheel. And look, it's stripped. It dropped and stripped. Pretty annoyed with myself. It was so rough that I just didn't hear it drop, and there was nowhere to stop anyway. And now I'll go home and have to tell John that I've broken the thing. Hello. Oh, lucky me. Now I'll have to go home, and I guess for Mother's Day my present might be a new jockey wheel, or I don't know whether you can put a tyre on it. A little bit sad, but nothing that I can do about it, and I think it's better than like one of the tyres blowing out or something. But anyway, I have just stopped in Trafalgar, which is the nearest town to Wombeyan Caves, and I'm just going to have a short break. And I will see you on the other side.